Welcome guys, welcome to the SOAP UI tutorial. This is your instructor Rahul Shetty. So before we get started with this learning, let's understand some basic FAQs about this course which students might need to know before they get started. Okay, so first, what is this SOAP UI? So this is a testing tool to test web services and REST APIs. Okay, so basically we say SOAP UI as a service testing tool. So this course is completely about testing the web services and REST APIs in this SOAP UI tool. Okay, so this tool is very popular in the market to test the services because it's an open source. Okay, so there is a paid version of it, but open source have almost all the features. Okay, so that's the reason people will generally go and opt for this tool to test the web services. Right. So that's a basic thin line about the SOAP UI. So more about that we will be seeing in our coming lectures. So next thing, to start with this course, you need not have any prior knowledge on web services or REST API. Okay, I assume that my students do not have any knowledge on working of either services or APIs. Okay, so this course starts from the scratch level, starting explaining what is web service, what is API, why do they need in the industry, and why testing is necessary for these services and API, and what testing tools available. And from there we start how to test them with this SOAP UI tool. Okay, so we do not assume any prior experience before you start learning with this tool. Okay, so generally people might think that they might need to know some basics about services and API to understand how the testing works. But these basics also I have taken care in this tutorial. So even if you are not aware of anything terminology related to API, you can still comfortably complete the course and master in this services testing. Okay, and every example what we teach in this course is based on real-time projects only. Okay, we do not take any dummy projects which is very easy and then teach on high level. So in this course specifically, I built a web service which have lot of features and which resembles a real-time work, and that project we will be completing using the SOAP UI tool. Okay, so in this way every lecture taught on that real-time applications only. Okay, and next thing, the updates. You know that every tool get update. So whenever new versions are released, I update complete course content based upon the latest versions. Okay, so and you will have the lifetime access to all the content and to all the updates which is happening to the course. Okay, so if you purchase now and if there is some update on SOAP UI tool after 5 years, then you will also have the access to that all the updates after even to 5 years. Okay, it's all about lifetime access. So whenever there is an update, I will notify you with an email. So mostly every month you will see one email from me if there is an update on any lecture. So in that way you can track what all got updated and you can go back and refresh your skills. Okay, so apart from that, projects, and we also focus on interview questions. Okay, so the main aim of any student in learning any course is to land on dream job or to land on high paying salary, right? So to get that you have to crack the interview. So if you are going with this SOAP UI resume, so we will take care of all the interview questions which you might get from the interviewer. Okay, so all those will be discussed as part of this learning, and you will have some quizzes, and we also help you in resume assistance. Okay, if you are clear with the SOAP UI and services knowledge, but if you do not know how to put that inputs in the resume, do not worry, I'll be taking care. But before that, just go and start the course, complete at least 50%, and then reach out to me so that I can help you in preparing services testing resume. Okay, and also I will definitely talk about interview questions in the course as well, which you can keep it handy whenever you go for interviews. Okay, so apart from that, the cool feature which you get for all Rahul Shetty courses is lifetime instructor support. So whenever you have a question, there is a dedicated discussion board for us. You can post the question there and I will get back to you in less than 24 hours. Okay, so I will regularly keep on checking all the questions which are posted on the discussion board, and if not me, there are at least 20,000 students have already taken this tutorial and most of them are active, and whenever you post the question, me or some other guy will reply you. If not, I'll be definitely giving in less than 24 hours. So in this way, you can learn this tutorial, and if you have any questions, you can ask me straight away and you can resume your learning. So you will not get stuck anywhere. So generally people will have an assumption that in offline training, just like these videos online, they might not get tutor support because all these are like virtual videos. Okay, but here, though you are watching the lectures, I am always available and I'm there to solve all your queries. Even in your project, if you have any questions which you are dealing with services testing, just post the question. I'll try my best to answer it. Okay, so in this way you will have lifetime instructor support and you will get access to all the materials which is discussed in the course and also code examples. Okay, so in this course we are not only dealing with normal manual testing, we are also doing automation testing of services. Okay, SoapUI is the tool which does manual testing, and we can also do automation testing by writing scripts. Okay, so you will also get scripting examples and top class material about web services and their behavior, their characteristic features and all. Okay, so what all I discussed in the course, I am happy to share the material with you. So you will have the access once you get into the course. Okay, so I guess I have covered enough points which you need to know before you get started. So this course covers both manual and automation testing. Okay, this is not something which is dedicated to only manual testers or automation. It's a combination. Okay, this tool is very powerful in doing both. All right, so before we start with the next lecture, let's quickly go through the course content and see what we are going to cover as part of this tutorial. Okay, so if you scroll down, so you see that we will start with introduction to web services. I told you, right, I do not assume that you already have knowledge on anything. So I'll start from what is web service, what is API. So you see that there are 5 lectures we completely dedicate on introduction and definition of web services. So once you are clear about web services and API, then we will start with SoapUI tool basic features. So in this section, we will download SoapUI and then we will explore some basic features of creating test or hitting the service using this tool. Okay, so thereafter we will start actual core testing of services with SoapUI. So in this section, the testing what we discussed is based on manual work. Okay, so all the manual testing activities will be discussed in this section. So once you are clear on how to test services manually, then slowly we will jump into automation testing part. Okay, in this section we will talk about Groovy code. Okay, do not worry even if you are not aware of any Groovy language. As I said, I will take care in part of my course. So here you will be learning how to automate the testing what you have done manually in this section. Same thing you will automate with the scripting, and that's a comprehensive section which have more than 1.5 hour duration. Okay, so by end of this section you will be able to automate your web services using SoapUI. Next, we will go and shift our focus to REST APIs. Okay, you might be confused between difference between services and APIs. So once you get started and learn some basics in section 1, you will have a clear picture of what is REST API and what is web service. Okay, so here again we will see how to do REST APIs testing manually with SoapUI, just like how we have done web services testing. And once we are done, we will switch to again automation testing. So how to automate all the REST APIs using SoapUI. So we will have a deep discussion about automation testing here. And there is some more content to understand about how the responses are generated in the APIs and how to parse the responses, and there are lots of utilities regarding automation we will discuss in this section. Okay, JSON assertions and validations. So once we are done with complete automation testing of services and APIs, then we will see the concept of mocking. So generally we say it as virtualizing the web services. Okay, so you will try to get complete knowledge on that in this section. And thereafter, as I said, SoapUI comes as a free as well as paid version. So the extra features what paid offers, so all those we will be discussing in this particular section. Okay, SoapUI Pro tool extra features. But most of our course is on free version only, don't worry. Okay, you need not pay anything to learn this tool. You can just download SoapUI for free. So once we are done with Pro version, you can also run the SoapUI test cases using Java API, and we'll be seeing that in this section. And we will also see how to do security testing using SoapUI. Okay, there is a feature in SoapUI Pro to test your APIs from security perspective. So all this we'll be discussing in this section. So thereafter, we will also concentrate on database testing. Okay, it's not only about security, you can also do database validations with the SoapUI tool. All right, so that again goes on discussion. Again, it's on free version only. So thereafter, you will see load testing. You can also do a little load testing on SoapUI tool with all the APIs available. All right, so in this way, we will complete the core part here in the part 1, like testing manually and using automation code. We will try to learn everything on REST API and services. Thereafter, we will come and look at some miscellaneous concepts like security testing, database testing, load testing. So all these can be done with the help of SoapUI tool on our services. Okay, so once we are done with entire content, at the end we will discuss on interview questions. Okay, so what kind of questions generally people ask in interviews, so all those we will be discussing in this section. So not only here, once we are done with the section, at the end I'll discuss the interview questions which might be getting from that particular section what we learned. So in this way, you will start from what is web service, and then you will end where you can ready and crack any interview on services testing. So this is all course, goal directs for. All right, so that's pretty much about this lecture, and I hope you are very clear on what you are going to learn in this tutorial. And as I'm always there for you to support with my queries and resume assistance. Right, so let's meet in our next lecture with our basic definition of what is web service. Okay, so all the best and see you in the next lecture. Thank you.